Good morning, students. In our previous class, that is D block element, we have learned already that the transition metal have a tendency to form a coordination compound, and we have learned the reason behind it. Why this transition metal has a tendency to form a coordination compound? Because it is smaller in size as well as it has high charges. If you consider manganese, it has a charge plus 7. So when it charges higher, it have number of vacant orbital. Hence, it has a tendency to accept the lone pair of electron donated by a ligand. So these coordination compounds are formed between the metal and the ligand, and the bond formed is called as the coordinate bond. So one person will be the donor, the other person will be the acceptor. Here metal will be the acceptor and the ligand will be the donor. So let's learn that detailedly in this video. The coordination compound, the term is arrived from a Latin word complexes, that sense hold, or coordinate means to arrange. Then the example for this coordination compound is CrCl3.6H2O, that is chromium 3 chloride hexahydrate. This coordination complex exists in three different colors. It exists in three different colors due to the different coordinate bond formed between the chromium. Now it's in purple color, blue-green color or green color. It all due to in purple color where chromium is coordinately bonded with 6 water molecule. But with a sample of blue-green color, the chromium is coordinately bonded with 5 water molecule and 1 chloride. In green colored complex where the chromium is bonded with 4 aqua, that is 4 water molecule and 2 chlorine molecule. So because of that coordinate bond, its structure is either purple, blue, green or green. This coordination compounds plays a vital role in various fields. In that, one example of coordination compound is hemoglobin. In hemoglobin, the ion Fe2 plus ion act as a central metal, and the porphyrin ring, that is something which is surrounded by this ion, is called as a porphyrin ring. This is acting as a ligand. So all these will be the nitrogen atom at the porphyrin ring are coordinately bonded to the ion. Other than this coordinate bond, this ion will have one vacant orbital. That vacant orbital will be always ready to accept the lone pair of electron donated by the oxygen molecule. So when we inhale, oxygen will be coordinately bonded to this ion. Then this hemoglobin will give back to the cell. It will supply the oxygen, it release the oxygen and take away the carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide will come and occupy wherever the ion was, wherever the oxygen was bound already. So that area, this carbon dioxide, then this carbon dioxide will be released at the lungs, and then the oxygen will be taken from the lungs. Likewise, that process will be, that is, it can be a oxygen transporter. So the process can be continuously taken place due to the important compound, that is important coordination compound called to be a hemoglobin. So this is one of the best example for the coordination compound. Another example of coordination compound is cobalamin or cyanocobalamin, which is otherwise called as vitamin B12. In this compound, cobalt will act as a central metal ion and they will be surrounded by the ligands. So this can also be very helpful for the human being. Coordination compound plays a vital role in the catalysis process. You know, catalyst is a substance which can increase the rate of the reaction. So here there are particularly two catalysts are given. We have learned so many catalysts. So out of that, one is Wilkinson catalyst. That is nothing but the rhodium complex, rhodium chloride, triphenyl phosphine rhodium chloride complex. It will convert alkene into alkane, that is double bond is getting converted into a single bond. So this rhodium is a transition compound. So this is the transition element. This is the coordination compound example. Another one is Ziegler-Natta catalyst, which we have learned in the last lesson. Ziegler-Natta catalyst is nothing but titanium tetrachloride TiCl4 plus Al C2H5 the whole thrice. That is called to be triethyl aluminum. So this is the called to be a Ziegler-Natta catalyst. When the Ziegler-Natta catalyst is added to ethene or ethylene, it undergo polymerization. So you are getting the product called to be polythene. So in the catalytic field also, this coordination compounds have very important role. Another important example of coordination compound is chlorophyll. This chlorophyll is used for photosynthesis process. As you all know that this chlorophyll itself is a coordination compound. It consists of Mg2+. Mg2+ is acting as a metal ion and the porphyrin ring surrounded by that Mg2+. So this is the Mg2+ is a metal ion. The porphyrin is called as the ligand and it can act as a photosensitizer. So when two salts are mixed together, we will get two products. One is called as double salt, another one is called as complex salt. So let's learn the difference between the double salt and complex salt. So this double salts are formed by two simple salts in equimolar proportion. But the simple salts, that is the complex salts which are formed by may or may not be in a equal proportion. The mixture, whatever we are mixing, it cannot be equal proportion, or sometime it could be a equal proportion. Then these exist in the solid state. In aqueous solution they dissociated completely into ions. You will learn separately a video of double salt and complex compound. So now the difference is this always exists in solid state, but when we add the water it dissociates into a individual ion. They exist in the solid state as well as in the aqueous state. This is because even in the solution the complex ion does not dissociate into ion. That this will dissociate into ion, this will not dissociate into ion in solution. They are ionic compound and do not contain any coordinate bond. So here there will be loss and gain of electron. That is, this purely ionic compound and do not have any coordinate bond. But this may or may not be ionic, but the complex part is always containing the coordinate bond. Coordinate bond means bond between the donor and the acceptor. The properties of the double salts are the same as those of its constituent. So here the properties of the double salts are same as those of its constituent compounds. But here the properties of the compounds are different from its constituent. Here if ferrous sulfate and ammonium sulfate is formed, it will have the property similar to that, but here it will be entirely different. In the double salts, the metal ions show their normal vacancy. But in the coordination compound, the metal ions satisfy two types of vacancy. Here there will be one type of vacancy, that is one type of valency. That is the primary valency alone will be here. But here there are two valencies. One is called as primary valency, another one secondary valency. You will learn detail in the next video. A double salt loses its identity in the solution. When it is poured, already we studied that in the second point, it completely ionizes, so it loses its identity. But the coordination compound retain their identity in the solid state as well as in the solution state. Example for that, you can write potash alum or else more salt. This example for that, so many are there: K4FeCN6, CO NH3 6Cl3 or etc.